for my overworkers, for my overachievers, for my workaholics. This one's for you. Yo, what's good, fam? It's your boy MJ here at MJ the Greatest on all platforms. Back with this week's episode. Huge shout out to y'all for the likes, the commenting, the subscribing. We about to hit 100 subscribers, y'all. I know that don't sound like much, but for me, and even starting out this journey, that is huge. Because even just put it in perspective like this, like think about 100 people, 100 sets of eyeballs in your living room looking at you. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of people. So for anybody who trying to tell you that's not a lot, that's a lot. So shout out to y'all, like, cause y'all did it. Y'all did it. So I don't think I reached it yet. I might reach it, but when this video's up, but just shout out to y'all, man. 100 subscribers, that is crazy to me. So thank y'all for rocking with me. And let's just get right into it, man. So this episode is titled Rest and Receive. And if you know anything about me, that's probably one of the hardest things for me to do, is to rest, but receive in the resting, you know what I'm saying? Because I am if you felt called out in the beginning, don't feel bad, because I'm those things. Like I'm a workaholic. Like I am addicted to progress, or progress that I can see, right? And I think that's the thing of it, right? Like I had it so stuck in my mind that I have to see every single step of progress that I make, or I didn't make it. But that's not true. There's so many different things, and plants are the perfect like comparison to this, right? Because we don't see roots grow. We don't see the roots grow. We only get validation that our plant is growing when we see the bloom of it, right? Or when we see that first little seedling poke up out the ground. Like we don't see all the work, all the energy, all the expansion that goes on underground, with like away from our eyes, you know what I'm saying? And I think that that's for a reason, right? It's a reason that we don't see that process going down. I think one of the reasons is because it kind of it trains your brain to know, like, things are done in the dark that you may not know, right? And everything that's done in the dark must come to light, right? So just as your roots may be growing down in the darkness, that seedling has to sprout up into the light. So you have to eventually see that result, right? But a lot of the time, that foundational building, that's done underground, meaning you can't see it. You can't see it, right? And what that is in real life, or what I feel like that is for me, that's God, that's the universe, right? The things that get done for me that I can't even see, that I can't even understand how it happened, that's God, right? My name in rooms that I've never been in, or me getting this opportunity out of nowhere and I didn't even, that's God, right? All those things that you think like, how did this happen for me and I didn't do it myself, like I didn't apply, how did that job find me? That's God, right? That's your name, that's your aura, that's your energy spreading underground without you even seeing it, right? So the reason this whole concept and episode was so relevant to me specifically this week, y'all, from last Friday to now, I was literally like sick as like a dog. You know the saying, like sick as, I don't even know where that saying come from anyway, but I was like super sick. And for me, like I literally, like I kid y'all not, like I literally only get sick once a year. Like I get sick once a year for maybe like 2 or 3 days, and then I'm like good. Like I do my best to take like really good care of myself all the time so that I don't like normally get sick, or I don't get sick. Even like my friend, he even joked with me about like day 2 or 3 into me feeling like not well. He was like, oh, it's okay, bro. Your immune system bounces back so quick, like quicker than anybody I know anyway. You'll be fine. I'm like, you're right. So like, you know, I'm fully expecting to just be like better in the next day. Yeah. When I tell y'all this entire week, up until literally today, where I feel like 95% of like my full self, it's literally just been me resting. And for some weird like sicko reason in my mind, I'm like, this is God just like teaching me this lesson, right? Because like God knows that I have a problem, or I had a problem resting and receiving. But when you live in an abundant life, or that's your aspiration to live an abundant life, you cannot have a problem resting and letting things come to you. You just can't, because that's not how abundance works, right? That's not how abundant people are abundant. They're not always working it, hustling and bustling and tiring themselves out, and then they get everything. No, they understand that self-care, that self-love, that comes first. If you sleepy, if you tired, if you lacking energy, how can that be your most abundant self? How can that be your most attractive self when you're tired, when you lacking energy, when you're irritable, when you're stressed out? A lot of those things, y'all, can be fixed by just resting. I've slept so much in this week that I can't even put like a number on how much I've slept this week, but I know for a fact I've slept more this week than I have probably in any week in probably the past couple years, honestly. And literally just because I had gotten sick, right? And the thing about it is, when you sick, you don't feel bad about resting. And that's why I knew that this was more of a sign or more of a lesson for me to learn. Because one, like I told y'all, like, I don't get sick. And if I get sick, like, I'm not saying like I'm, immune to anything or everything in the world. I do really take really good care of myself, so my immune system can be good, but anything can happen to anybody, right? But in my entire life, y'all, I promise y'all, I only get sick once a year, like one time a year, and it's a couple days, 3 days max, and I'm good. But this time it was literally like God saying, like, no, like the entire week I still felt, remnants. Okay, I'm getting progressively better, right? But like, as I was getting progressively better physically, I was also getting progressively better vibrationally, in the sense of just getting the feeling of knowing that I'm valuable regardless if I'm doing 50 million things or not. If I'm not inventing that day, if I'm not creating that day, if I'm not working on them that day, I'm still valuable. You're still valuable, right? Even if you're not doing 100 million things, even if it don't look like to everybody that you're doing so many different things, your worth is inherent. You're valuable regardless, right? Even if you don't finish that assignment today that's supposed to be due on Sunday and you turn it a day later, that doesn't take away from your inherent value, right? And it gets deep, man, because I had to realize that I was so used to proving my value by the things that I could accomplish. Like, see, look, I can get this grade, I can make this happen, I can do this, I can do that, I can check this box off. And that was so attached to my worth for a long time until God had to literally show me that that's not it. And I take that as a confirmation, right? This is literally me healing, but also that cough as I say that, right? It's like a confirmation. Your worth, your value is inherent, right? And like I said, it literally took God, the universe, putting me down, like laying me down, like making me not want to go out, not want to get up, not wanting to do any work, making me, sick. And not like saying making me sick like I feel like, me personally, I take it as a sign, but I don't want you to think like, God will make you sick or anything like that. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But in my own personal case, I took it as a sign, as a lesson, because I'm like, that's one of the, before you can receive any like large blessing, large favor over your life, I feel like you have to be okay with knowing that you can rest and receive as well. It's not always about how much work you do. We all watching this, we all know somebody who works 60 hours a week, 70 hours a week, come home dog tired. They're not a millionaire. They don't make millions. They don't make hundreds of thousands. All that input. We were trained and programmed to think that heavy input equals heavy output. But that's not it. That's not it, right? Kings are who of some of the, just think about history and the history of kings, right? Kings were so lauded, so celebrated, so abundant, people would give them things. Jesus himself, people came to Jesus's birth with gifts. Baby showers, a gift. Like, babies get gifts when they're born. They're inherently valuable, right? As soon as they come into the world, they're blessed with gifts and offerings and favor. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we got to understand and realize that our value isn't just about how many hours we clock into a shift or how much work or hustle or bustle we feel like we tired ourselves out. No, your body need that energy. All that energy you just expounded in that, how tired you got, your body needs that. That's fuel. You know what I'm saying? That's fuel to pump your abundance, to pump your magnetism. You know what I'm saying? So, I think that's where I'm gonna leave it for today. I really like this topic. I think I could have went a little bit deeper with it, but maybe I'll talk about this in another video and connect it to something else. But I definitely feel like this was something great to bring up this week. I know a lot of you out there are working really hard, and I'm not saying don't work hard, but just know your worth, your value is already there. Just by you being you, just by you being the person that you were born to be, it's already there. Your riches, your millions, your blessings, your abundance, your favor, it's already there. It's already in you. Peace out. Catch y'all next week. Love.